Well, you can see even in the big announcement, if you look at how the stock closed, you'll see a lower for the day. Pretty much scratch, we'll call it, for the year. As far as the past 52 weeks, up around 11%. Bull or bear? Michael Lee is here. He is our bear. Jonas Max Ferris, co-founder, editor at maxfunds.com, is our bull. So we just heard from a relatively bullish analyst. So Michael Lee, just for balance, I am going to give you the first word.
Sure. So I'd say the issue with Apple as an equity is it's much more of a fashion company now than a technology company. The name of the game in the technology in the 90s, if you look at Microsoft, was coming out with something that's available and just making it a little bit better. The name of the game in technology now is coming out with the game-breaking, game-changing technology. Apple did this with the iPod, the iPhone, and the iPad. All right. The last time they did that was 2011. And now all they've done is make something just a little bit better. So when you comp it out, you could comp it to Ralph Lauren or a Coach, which are trading at 3 times book. Apple's trading at 5 times book.
So you're saying they're all about design and not as much about hardware?
Well, the idea is there's no innovation. So if you look at FireEye, which is a high-flying technology company, they spend 47% of their revenues on R&D. Apple spends 3%. So to me, I'm in the state of Missouri on the stock. Show me something new before I'm going to get long and loud.
All right. Jonas, what do you think about this point of view? Because there are a lot of people who are just pointing out, okay, now the app developers can work right off of Apple TV. There is this idea that Apple TV will be much more than it is now, streaming in all kinds of ways. We see this picture-in-picture 3D touch, which I'm assuming is setting it up.
Yeah, I'm going to run off. The negatives you brought up seem like positives to me. If it's a brand, then it's worth more than a tech stock, right? I mean, that's the whole reason it has like a 12P ratio, because it could get up, Samsung could have a cooler technology, and that steals. If you have a brand, you're worth more because that's more defensible than just innovation in a technology area.
So Ralph Lauren's brand's worth 3 times book. So this is over plus 5.
But on earnings multiples, it's cheap as an apparel stock to your analogy, which is why I think it is cheap compared to tech stocks too, because at the end of the day, also bringing off some points other people made, it's more of a high-end product. Samsung and others have had a lot of problems getting margin in tech, and they have a lot of it here. And I think there's a lot of revenue model opportunity growth here that we're not even thinking about. They mentioned some stuff about blocking ads on the new products. Yeah. I think they're now going to try to steal profits and revenues from competitors more than just grow as much as they can, because with a high-end product, it's hard to grow in emerging markets, especially in the condition they're in. But Google lives off ad revenues. If they could chisel into that by making it a product where you can buy out of ads online, that's appealing to a lot of people to switch.
Although, Jonas, there are actually companies that do that now, where you can just get an app, download an app for $5 and it erases.
They were blocked on Android because that's Google's that's their business model. Apple lives off selling premium products, not advertising. Google lives off advertising, so Google can't really chisel the ad revenue model like Apple can, because they don't live on ad revenue. And then it becomes a new premium avenue, which is I don't have to sit here and watch all these ridiculous pop-ups on my phone that start blaring things that I don't want to watch if I go to an if I go to an iPhone. They're also making it easier to move from Android. So I think they're really going to try to grow into Android's premium business at the high end, not the cheaper phones, but definitely like the Samsung Edges and those kind of phones.
All right, Jonas, I'm glad for your views on that. Michael, very quickly, if it looks expensive to you at this price, let's even just say your view is 100% right. What's the right price for the stock as a bear?
Hard to put a value on it, but you got to be fearful that this stock could one day fall through the floor. In that, think about what they said about research in motion. Remember your StarTAC phone. All these fads have come along, and I'm fearful that unless Apple comes out with something else that's game-breaking, which they're very well capable of, that this stock is not going to be a winner in the long term.
All right, Bear Michael Lee, glad to have you with us. He is the founder of Tiger Wealth Management. Jonas Max Ferris, co-founder and editor at maxfunds.com.